Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to my video. Do you know that in the previous lesson I told you that my morning routine topic would be continued, right? So today's lesson is the next part of this. And today also ends up talking about this topic, my morning routine. Okay, let's get started. And do you remember where I stopped in the previous lesson? As I remember rightly, I stopped when I was telling you about tie back my hair. Okay, now I remind you a little bit. Okay, you can use a hair tie or a clip to pull back my hair, or to pull up my hair, or to tie up my hair, or tie back my hair. Okay, now it's time to move to the bathroom and brush my teeth. Okay, now first I have got a toothbrush and then I put on toothpaste. Okay, now I give you another new word, that is squeeze. Squeeze is also a noun and a verb, right? And do you know the meaning of this word? Okay, I'll give you an example to illustrate this verb, this word. Okay, for example, you want to make lemonade, a glass of lemonade, right? And now you have a glass of water, warm water, for example, and then you add some sugar to it, right? To the utensil, and then you squeeze some drops of lemon, okay, and then use a spoon, stir it well, and then now you can drink some delicious lemonade, right? That means the meaning of the word squeeze. Okay, now when you talk about put on toothpaste, okay, I'll give you two ways of describing this action. That's first, that is, I use I use squeeze as a noun, right? Okay. Oh, and first I give a tube of toothpaste, a tube of toothpaste. Sorry, it's I mispronounce this word. Okay, I will speak slowly so that you can hear clearly. Hear my pronunciation clearly. Okay, I give a tube of toothpaste a squeeze to get some toothpaste about the size of a pea, right? Okay, and if you want to use the word squeeze as a verb, what can you say? Okay, now when you squeeze as a verb, we can say, oh, I squeeze toothpaste onto my toothbrush. Again, I squeeze I squeeze toothpaste onto my toothbrush. Remember? Okay, now after I brush my teeth with toothpaste. Okay, and okay, I spit out. I spit out the toothpaste. Okay, remember spit out. But we don't say spit out. We say spit out. As I told you in the previous lesson that in American English, people often say D sound instead of T sound. D sound instead of T sound. Okay? For example, roll out of bed. They don't say they say roll out the bed, right? Get out of bed. They say get out the bed, right? Get out the bed. So here, here we also say spit out, spit out, spit out, spit out. Okay. After spitting out the toothpaste, I put back my toothbrush into a little toothbrush cup. Okay. Next, I go to the I go to the bedroom and then I get dressed. Get dressed means I wear or I put on, I have on Okay, I have on clothes. Okay, specifically, pick out. I need to pick out my clothes. What does it mean? Pick out. Pick out. Sorry. What does it mean? Pick out. Pick out. In general, it means select or choose, but it's a little different. That is, uh, pick out, it means you choose or select something carefully from a group of people or things. Okay, I'll give you some more examples so that you can understand this word inside out, right? First is picked out. For example, she was picked out. She was picked out from dozens of applicants for the job. First. Or he picked out. He picked out the ripest. He picked out the ripest peach for me. Or he was picked out as a best player in 2021. Right. For example. And of course, I will give you a more. I will let's imagine so that you can understand this. So that I can explain to you more clearly. For example, when you go to the bedroom and you open the door of the wardrobe or the closet, and you find out, oh, today is hot. Today is a lovely summer day. So you here you need to get more cool. You want to get cool, so you want to you are going to you want to wear a tank top or a dress. So you think a few minutes of thinking, and then you decided to choose a tank top and the shorts to wear in a lovely summer day today. Okay, that is means pick pick out. Okay, you choose and then you take it out from there. Take it out from the closet. It means take out. And do you know that I normally of course I do have a closet or wardrobe. Okay, you can use two words to describe a cupboard that you put clothes in them. That is, I do have a closet, but for some reason I'd like to use a little bar to put my most clothes on, my most used clothes on. It is very convenient, I think so, because my closet has a sliding door, and it sometimes it gets stuck. So I think it's convenient so that I can hang them up, hang up my clothes on the little bar, so that it's very easy to take care of my clothes, and or I can get changed easily because it's in my bedroom, and I don't need to have open any door or any door, right? Okay. Next, of course, I also in my wardrobe or a closet, I have some drawers. I have some drawers with my clothes in them. My clothes in them, right? Like socks or pants or the small things, Yes. Okay, and next, do you know that I never drink coffee in the morning, but most mornings I make some tea, the green tea. Yes, do you like tea? Do you tea and coffee? Do you like prefer? Do you like prefer to? I of course I prefer tea to coffee. Okay, to make tea, it is very easy. To make tea, I needed to heat up. Heat up here, heat up. Okay, but I don't say heat up. I say heat up. Okay, heat up some water in a kettle. Okay, kettle. It is pronounced kettle, right? But we don't say kettle. We say kettle. A kettle, we can also say a tea kettle or a hot water kettle, or we can just simply say kettle. Okay, first, you need to heat up some water in a kettle, right? And then after the water has heated up, okay, I pour out the boiling water into the teapot, and after the tea has steeped, steeped means steeped is the past tense of erect of the infinitive verb of the verb steep. Steep means you let something, for example, you let tea, the dry tea, let tea stand into liquid. That means steep. Okay, after the water has steeped for about 3 or 4 minutes, I pour out the tea into my mug, or you can simply say I pour the tea into my mug. You can also use the phrasal verb pour out, or you say pour. I pour out some tea. I pour out some tea into my mug, or I pour out some tea into my mug. Or I will give you another way to describe this action. You can also say, I fill up. I'm going to fill up my mug with some delicious tea. Okay, you have three ways to express, to describe this action. Okay, that means I need to pour out some tea into my mug. I pour the tea into my mug, or I am going to fill up my mug with some delicious tea. Okay, so and pour, fill up. I think you know this word. Let's pour, P-O-U-R. Pour, what does it mean? Okay, I'll explain to you clearly. Pour means to make liquid or substance flow from a container in a continuous stream. Again, I repeat. Pour means to make liquid or another substance flow from a container in a continuous stream. Okay, and we have a structure that pour something at adverb or preposition. Okay, I'll give you 4 more examples so that you can understand this word inside out. First, pour the sauce over the pasta. Next, she poured boiling water down the sink. Third, that pour away as much fat as possible from the roasting pan. And the last one is, although I poured it carefully, but I still spilled some. Right? Okay, that means pour, the verb pour. Or you can also say the phrasal verb pour away or pour out. Okay, now and you know that I often drink some green tea, right? And because I have a lavender bush in my yard, and I also often add some dried lavender to green tea. It smells amazing. Yes. And okay, I forgot to show you, but now I want to share you about my breakfast this morning. And this morning I whipped up some breakfast. Whipped up. What does it mean? Whipped up. Whip, whip. Sorry, whip up means it is a phrasal verb to quickly make something to eat. Remember? And so, for example, she whipped up a lunch for us in 15 minutes. So it means whip eyes. Or for example, this morning I just whipped up a piece of toast. It means it's not very thoughtful. It's pretty simple, right? And I give you an example to explain you more about this word. That you can imagine that you got up early. Sorry, you got up late this morning, and you didn't have time to prepare a meal for breakfast, right? So you hastily you because so you were in a hurry, so you whipped up a piece of toast. It also means you open the fridge, and then you take some bread, and then you get some butters, and then you spread or you put butters on the bread, and then you put the bread into the oven to bake it, right? Okay, now you can say that I whipped up a piece of toast this morning. But another situation that for example, this morning you of course you got up late, right? So you don't have time to make any meal for breakfast. You just bear to open the fridge, and you find that oh, there's just some apples in the fridge, and you take them out, and then you cut apples into the bite-sized pieces, and you eat them, right? So in this situation, we don't say I whipped up some apples this morning, because you just cut it, you don't make it, you don't create it. Because I say that I whipped up a piece of toast, that means I also have to bake it, right? Bake it. I also spread butter on it, right? So I make it, I create it, right? So um, that's the reason why I give you two different examples so that you can understand this word inside out. Okay, now finally it's time for me to go over my plans for the day. In the previous lesson, I told you about this job in my morning routine. It's a small job, but it's very essential and important. Why? Because I can check my to-do list, right? And then to see if there is anything if there is to remove, or if there is to add to the to-do list for the plans for the day or the week. Okay, you know that I'm a woman, right? I has two children. I has a husband, right? So I need to keep up the relationship. Moreover, I am an individual, so I need to do many things for myself as well, right? I also take care of myself as well. So there is a lot of things to do. So how can I balance between the work and the between the office, the work, and the housework, right? Or and then keep up the relationship, right? So for me, the key to my sanity is to keep organized. So I often make a to-do list, yes, and so that I can keep organized, so I can not confuse to decide what should be to do first, right? And it can help you accomplish things, complete works for the day, or even maybe the week. Okay, and maybe I know that is for some people, especially he or she is a businessman, right? And of course, they run their business. It's I always have a load of work to do, right? So I think it's best to have their sanity is to keep organized, to make a to-do list so that they can balance between their relaxation and work and housework. Okay, now you know that because with some people they just work from home, they don't need to go to where to work, right? But for some people, if they go to the office, they go to work, right? So they, at the end of their morning routine, they have to open the door of their house and then leave their house, right? And this process, so it's rather than say, I am I'm heading out the door. I'm heading out the door. Or you can, it just not means you had going out the door. It means you leave your house. You leave your house to go to work, for work, okay? And you can also say, I am heading out the door, or you can say, I'm heading to work, okay? So someone asks you, where are you going? Where are you going? You can reply that, oh, I'm heading to work. I'm heading to work. Okay. So you can use the expression head to talk about the movement in this situation. Okay, now I hope that you enjoyed following on my morning routines. So now I have a question for you. That is, can you give me 3 of these phrasal verbs to talk about your morning routine? Okay, it's time to take action and to use what you have learned. So write down a comment below using three of these phrasal verbs to tell us about what you often do in your morning routines. Okay, now thank you so much for learning, for listening to me, and I will see you see you again for the next lesson on this group Conquer English with Megastar Club. Okay, that's the end of my presentation today. Bye.